Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Money Lynn, and we're back with another episode of Money Lynn Friends. We are a show that highlights and features my previous clients, influencers, vendors, and we also specialize in entrepreneurs who have blossoming billion-dollar businesses. Okay, and today I have a special guest with me, Shay McCray. Shay McCray, please introduce yourself to the people.
Oh wow, that question has always seemed like the hardest question for me. My name is Shay McCray. I am a radio personality. Boutique owner. I do a plethora of so many different things. It's so hard to really explain. An actress. I host a show on iHeart via with Fubu Radio called The Takeover from Monday through Friday from 6 to 10. Also, I'm the CEO of LeShay Boutique. And of course, I've been in some of your favorite films.
Yes.
And you probably caught me in the sky, but we'll get into that later.
I caught you. Yes, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Well, with all of these different careers going on, I know that the highlight today are the shoes.
It's the shoes.
LeShay Boutique.
Yes.
But let's talk about what road you took to get to LeShay Boutique. So, born and raised in Brooklyn, and you came into your own, and you kind of like, you're a natural born hustler. You know what I mean? You've had
Yeah.
various jobs, but then you got into entrepreneurship. What was your first entrepreneurial experience?
Well, wow. I started out in corporate, of course, as an accountant, so I did that for many years. But being laid off many times, it throws you off a little bit. And you're like, wow, I got to go to work 9 to 5, and then they can just lay me off, and Friday you don't have a job. So I went into depression for one day, and
One day.
And one day, I tell this story all the time. When it's depression for one day, I wouldn't talk to anyone. They called my son looking for me. Everyone was looking for me. And I was in there. I didn't answer the phone. I took a minute. I ran into a friend who was in sales, and he just contracted contractors, and you go in, and we would go into these stores and sell. And when I tell you what we were selling, it's going to throw you off, right? But we would probably make about 1,000. You could control your income, make 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 a week. We were selling newspaper subscription.
Oh, wow.
But I was a contractor. So I would write my own schedule, go into the Walmarts, all these different grocery stores, and just, tell him where I'm going to be at, put the subscription, sign these people up. And I'm like, wow, okay, this is the first year. Now, I got laid off in October. First year I became entrepreneur because I'm controlling my own income. Didn't work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Didn't have to miss Christmas. Didn't have to miss the holidays with my family. First year ever, my bills was paid to zero, and I was able to take 2 weeks off at the end of the year to enjoy the holidays, and that was the last 2 weeks of December. That was my first year. And then I started picking up other contracts. I would do sales for this insurance company, go to door to door and show, I just started selling. And they were doing things because of me. Always had a thing for shoes, though, always. So I would just sell myself. And I started picking up contracts and different contracts. Then I also owned a modeling agency at the time, so I solely depended on it. I started getting contracts and booking models for different events, and it kept going from there.
Kept going from there. Wow. And
know,
then
right?
you have your own radio show on Fubu.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And tell us about the radio show.
So in the midst of doing all this, working a 9 to 5, I still did radio, still did entertainment. I was still doing the acting scene. I was on TV with TST Network. TST Network is the first people that gave me a platform on the TV, working with Buchan, Pines, and Darnell. And they had me host oh my goodness, it was something, I forgot the show, Urban Report on,
Okay.
Then they said, no, we're going to give you your own show, the Shay McCray Show. So I was on the Access Channel in Atlanta. And so the show would air on that. And then I wound up getting into radio. Someone said, I want you to do radio. And I was like, why? Look at me. I need to be seen. Why would I do radio behind the mic? I want to be seen. So he said, we're going to do this show, and I want you to be my co-host.
Okay.
He backed out. I found the radio station. He said, no, I'm not ready. I said, okay, no problem. I did my thing, brought him in as a co-host, and I kept going. I would bring I was real big on cross promo, so I would bring other people in, because if you're a co-host on my show, you're going to promote that you're on my show, so the show would get a broader
Absolutely, yes.
audience,
Yes.
So that's how I kind of got my thing. And then
How did you get into acting?
acting, just That's honestly my number one dream was acting.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I started auditioning. I would go to auditions in New York when I lived in Connecticut, and that was really my main thing. But there were other things that just opened up the door for me, like radio, being on the red carpet, hosting, you know, having shoe boutiques, you know, to have that conversation. So, yeah. That's kind of how that started a little bit.
Okay, that's awesome. Did you have any formal training in terms of acting?
Yes.
Yeah. Where did you train?
I
Or what classes did you take? What kind of, tell the people who, you know, are interested in getting into acting. Because this is kind of like a no gatekeeping type of show.
Sheikh Muhammad?
Who?
He lives out here. Sheikh Muhammad. He's an actor's coach out here in
sounds
Brooklyn.
familiar.
Yeah, so I started out with him. We hired him to coach our models, but of course I sat in the class as well.
Okay.
So I worked with him. I've worked with actresses out of, coaches out of LA, in Atlanta, and I just started, you know, you just sign up for different classes. You just sign up. I even went to an acting school here in the city, Manhattan. Yes, so I did that for a while too.
Okay, what was the name of that school? Do you remember?
I don't remember. I'm having like a mind blank. It's a lot going on right now. But yeah, there were so many things that I was doing. So just to try to keep up with the, you know, what my goal really was.
So, you know, the acting, modeling, radio hosting, anything that requires media, that all of that makes sense to me. You know what I mean? It's kind of all relative, like going hand in hand.
Yeah.
So it's like, boom, shoes, LeShay Boutique. What? You went left on us, you know? So just explain like your philosophy and reasoning behind starting, you know, LeShay Boutique.
So, how I gained my notoriety in the media world, because I would always hit the red carpet with the best dress on, hottest shoes. I was into fashion, so it was always, you look nice, what you have on, you know, and then shoes was my thing. So I've always been into shoes from day one. That's never been something I call it my hobby. My passion was acting. My gift was radio. It's just you kind of get how it go. So then you just fall in line with some of those things. Shoes, it was just like I always knew I was gonna sell shoes. I always wanted to have someone, you know, feel good about themselves when they're walking around in my heels. You know, so I just. Hey, you know what? Instead of buying these lubes today, I'm gonna buy some inventory with that $1,000 instead of spending all that money on these lubes.
Okay.
So that's how
I love that. That is so smart.
Yeah, that's how I ended up.
You smart.
It was it's so funny because I hosted a panel and a women's panel in Vegas one time, and I remember telling people on the panel, "Hi, I'm a radio host and all this, and I also own a shoe boutique." And I'll never forget after the hosting, I looked at my brother. I was like, "Well, I told those people I own a shoe boutique." He said, "Well, I guess you got to open up a shoe boutique." And within 3 months, LeShay was born.
What? How did that happen?
Because I always had a dream. I wrote my business plan probably 6-7 years before I even launched. I always knew I was going to want a business.
Wow, I love that.
Yep,
I love that.
I lied to them people and told them I owned a shoe boutique.
So, tell us who you brought today.
Well, right here, this is our gold toe, the So Me shoes right here. This is something that's like sexy, elegant, unique. Like I said, I specialize in high heels. I know a lot of people call me and say, "When are you gonna do some flats?" But
yeah,
I'm short, so I have I have a height complex. You know, so I always wanted to seem taller. So that's why I do heels. And not everyone can afford the lubes, you know. So here it is, a nice shoe, something still sexy, something presentable that doesn't cost the price for a lube, you know.
Yeah.
So
I wish I could wear heels. I broke my right ankle, my right big toe,
Oh my God.
and so it has just been a
In
challenge.
heels?
Huh?
In heels?
In heels. I was wearing heels.
Oh my gosh, that means you don't know. We had to get
slipped
you
on
one.
ice on some steps, like black ice.
Okay.
And I have not been able, like, my shoe game is so whack because I have to go with, like, what feels comfortable.
Yeah.
Not orthopedic, girl.
I'm just saying.
No. But I have to go with, like, a flat. And it's so, you know, challenging to find a fly flat. So you always see me in like cowboy boots, combat boots, sneakers, you know what I mean? But Uggs, child,
So
Crocs,
it's funny you talk about boots. Before we get into the next show, I'm gonna tell you. Before we, I actually specialize in boots, but the problem with boots is that what is the biggest issue with women with boots?
Oh, your calves,
Their calves
and your ankles. Yes.
So 9 out of 10, the person who can wear boots, they have a problem with the fit on the calves and the ankle. So it's hard to purchase those online. Those are my highest returns. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
so without offending
makes sense.
anyone, when someone is interested in a boot, I say, you mind if I show me a picture of you before, because I have an eye to know what's gonna fit.
Yeah.
So I'll say, can I see what you know?
Yeah, that's so dope. So you're not wasting anybody's time, energy, or money.
Yeah,
I love that.
So that's the biggest issue with boots. Okay.
Okay.
So that's how come I got into the ankles,
the heels.
The heels, because it's like
it's
more versatile for everyone. So
yeah.
But
so tell me about this.
That is
this
the
red
Dawn,
beauty.
Fur stiletto, and that was actually named after one of my good friends who actually fell in love with
Dawn. Yes,
Dawn.
Yes. Oh,
she fell in love with the
is
fur.
Dawn. Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you about Dawn. Dawn is watch black and white movies. So this shoe gives you black and white movie, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I named it after her. And
that's so sweet.
So these are very comfortable, as you can see, the comfort and stuff. And that's what I do too. When I pick a shoe, I look for the comfort. Yes, it's a heel, but you also want the comfort.
Yeah.
So I try to go with shoes that people can wear at least about 4 hours, 5 hours, because of course you're not going to go too long with a heel on. It just makes sense. So
makes sense, yeah.
With that being said, after I launched, within 1 month I was placed in the mall.
Okay.
So I was placement in the mall selling shoes. 2 months after opening, I was my shoes was on 2 celebrities on covers of magazines.
Wow.
Yeah, just by the eye. They loved the design of the shoe. And then I just kept going, and I just started doing product placement. And
I love that.
Yeah.
You guys hear these gems she's dropping? She put her shoes on 2 celebrities, or her shoes were, worn in 2 magazines with 2 celebrities, and then doing product placement. That's key,
Yes.
That's really important, because people are more so followers, like Instagram, like you're following, So keep that in mind when you're promoting your products. Yeah.
Yep. And wear them too, because again, it started a conversation piece. I'm flying a lot, so I'm walking through the airport with heels on. People are like, I love your shoes. Oh, by the way, I sell them, and then I'll show my page, or get them, follow my Instagram or my website and stuff like that. So
flying a lot, like tell us about the flying.
I know, right?
Just no disclaimer and no shade. You have to really, in this day and age, have 7 streams of income.
Yeah, you do.
You really, 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 really do. So go ahead, tell the people.
So on my downtime, I'm up. No, I am a flight attendant. So because I do so much, flying gives me the ability to be in so many different places. So I'm a flight attendant.
That's awesome. I love that.
15 days of the month now.
Yeah, and that's not bad. You have the rest of the time to focus on your radio career, your acting career, and selling some shoes in the interim, okay?
Yes. Yep.
I love it. I love it. Well, being that March is Women's History Month, my next question for you is, who are some of the women that you've come across over time and as an entrepreneur that influences you to be the best that you can be?
So an entrepreneur.
Or inspires you.
I'm an entrepreneur.
Well, it doesn't have to necessarily be an entrepreneur, but a woman.
Well, of
Name
course,
5 women, your top 5.
My top 5?
Yes.
So, I have 3 off the top of my head. Of course, Oprah, definitely, being in media. But this next one might shock you, is definitely Wendy Williams.
Okay.
I grew up in New York, and I saw the era where they hated Wendy. They waited at the back door for Wendy to exit the door. She opened up the doors for one like myself and others to be in media. She caused the controversy. She became that person that everyone looked to drop the story. So
Wow.
and then they hated her, and then they gave her her own show on daytime TV. So, and it was one of the longest running daytime TV shows running, and she was crossed over as well. It wasn't just black women that loved her; it was everyone that loved her.
Absolutely, you are so right.
Shout
I
out
love
to
that.
Wendy.
You know, and I just wonder, you know, coming off the heels of a Sherry Shepherd's show being canceled, like, you know, there's speculation, like, is Wendy coming back? Like, do you think that she would come back?
I don't think Wendy will come back.
Okay.
Just like what they did to Michael Jackson, the people destroyed Wendy. You know, and
Okay.
of course, you know, some close people that she loved dearly destroyed her as well. Sometimes you can't beat that depression. Remember I talked about the one day depression of coming back from that, and don't even want that feeling again. So I personally don't think she's coming back.
Okay.
I would love to see her come back.
Absolutely.
But I don't think the internet is brutal, and I don't think it's for her in this time. She had her time.
Okay.
And I don't think it's for her right
Understood.
now. Taraji.
Oh, yes,
was one who,
yes.
especially in acting, she was one that's really like, they really underestimated. She was underrated with so many different things with acting, you know, just everything. And look at her now, you know, being typecasted and so many things. So she's another one. So those are my three off the top. Of course, Halle Berry, you know.
Okay.
I love Halle.
Halle Berry.
And let me see, you said 5.
Yeah.
Let me think. I gotta think of that.
So Oprah, Taraji,
Wendy
Williams.
Yes.
Halle Berry. And one more.
Let me see. You know, I never really thought of I should be thinking of other women.
Okay. What about a non-celebrity?
A non-celebrity?
Yes.
It wouldn't be women.
Oh,
Because I do,
woman, yeah.
you know, I mean, I do look up to certain people that makes an impact in your life.
And I guess, you know, you don't really want to name somebody really like on social media because you don't know if that's their truth or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's challenging. But those are very good. Those are very good, respectable, you know, women in the industry, women of color that I think that anyone should definitely look up and do their research too. Because my watching demographic is much younger. And girl, they might not even know some of the names you mentioned. But, you know,
I'm sorry,
definitely look them up.
My other favorite person, I don't know if she inspired me because I'm not a singer, but I think I can sing though, is Whitney Houston.
Oh, Whitney Houston. Okay.
But yeah, those are just people that just, you know, stand out. And like you said, being Women's Month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Without naming a man, you know, because there are some men that, you know, do their thing too.
Yeah, but it's Women's History Month, so
I
we're
got
not
you.
focusing on them.
I got you. But I'm a daddy's little girl, so my dad was
I
the
am
main
too,
part
but it's
of,
Women's
you know,
History
of
Month.
who I am today.
So what's next for you, Shay?
What's next?
5 years. What can we expect from you 5 years from now?
Ooh, 5 years. Well, possibly, definitely a boutique open in maybe a couple cities.
Okay.
I'm gonna say a couple cities. Still flying the sky. I'm not gonna ever stop. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care if I'm flying one day a year.
Because you're a world traveler.
Yes.
You've been. Is there anywhere you haven't been?
You know, I haven't been to Egypt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Girl.
Yeah, I want to go.
We gotta talk about that off camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I went. That was my dream trip, and it didn't disappoint, but it kind of did. You know.
Really?
In terms of like the awe of like, the pyramids. It was like, oh my gosh, breathtaking, overwhelming.
Yeah.
But then like digging into the history and stuff like that, like there's a cover up going on, girl. But you're just gonna get that when you. I definitely want to.
So when I went to India, that's how I felt.
Oh,
Because
really?
I went to the Taj Mahal, and then, you know, you see the Taj Mahal, but how about the walk up to the Taj Mahal? You're like, oh my goodness.
Oh.
You're like, okay, whoa. Like,
It was a lot.
It's a lot, you know, without even offending people.
Same thing.
You know, it was just a lot.
Yeah.
You know, so I kind of get where you're going with it.
Overwhelming. Yeah.
Definitely a boutique, definitely still flying. Possibly, hopefully. I dream of having my own show like Wendy Williams.
Okay.
Listen, they gave Wendy her own show at what, 45, 50, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
So it's okay, you know.
Yeah.
She was
I mean,
older.
yeah, age is nothing but a number. Don't worry
Yes.
about your age. You just put your best foot forward and God will do the rest. He will
Absolutely.
definitely do the rest.
So
Well, Thank you for coming today.
You're welcome.
Tell the people where they can follow you on all of your social media
That is
pages.
Shay
platforms.
McCray. That's ShaymCCray across all social media platforms, from Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter. I have a Twitter. I don't tweet though. I don't know why. What is it now? X or whatever.
X, yeah.
Yeah, you know, I'm still.
X and Threads.
You know, I don't even have a thread yet.
Oh,
so I need,
you gotta get one.
But what are we doing on thread?
It's like it's like X, it's a tweet, but it's for Instagram or for
Yeah,
it's just an alternative X.
Yeah, so
I like Threads.
Another
though.
thing to be head down. My neck already hurt, considering,
Yeah.
So yeah, also Monday through Friday on Fubu Radio via iHeart. Catch me on the morning show 6 to 10 on the Takeover.
Okay.
And yeah, make sure you look us up, LeShay Boutique.
LeShay Boutique.
LeShay.
LeShay.
And my name is
LeShay.
not LeShay. It is LeShay. That is the boutique name.
Okay.
And it's French for the Shay Boutique.
Okay.
I'm Shay McCray. So,
Okay.
yeah. LeShayBoutique.com.
Okay. Spell it for them.
LeShayBoutique.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
LeShayBoutique.com.
Yep.
Well, thank you so
You're
much for
welcome.
stopping
Thank you
by the
for
Money Lynn
having
and
me.
Friends show.
Yes.
And we are signing off.